Hey there, everyone. I'm back again for another deck profile. This one is my Ancient Gear deck that I made a while back. It's kind of like an OTK or an FTK, however you want to say it. So it's not friendly by any means. So let's get started. First up, I have three Ancient Gear Wyverns to try and get, mill my deck as much as possible. With it, when it's normal special summon, I can add an Ancient Gear card from my deck to my hand. So normally, I'm gonna try and get a Ancient Gear box to my hand, which I have two of. So that way, I can search my deck even further, because when it's added from my deck to my hand, aside from the basic draw phase, I can add a monster with 500 or less attack or defense. So I'm going to be adding Ancient Gear Frame, of which I have three of. So after that, I have three Ancient Gear Hunting Hounds. When it's normal summon, I can deal 600 damage to my opponent. And when it's on the field, it's basically treated as polymerization. So I can fuse with monsters on the field and in my hand. For fusion material. Next up, I have two Ancient Gear Gadgets. Just for more deck filler than anything, along for tribute summoning for my two Ancient Gear Reactor Dragons. Because when I tribute the Ancient Gear Gadgets, it's treated as an Ancient Gear and a gadget, so Reactor Dragon would get both effects. Next up, what would an Ancient Gear deck be without Ancient Gear Golem? I run two Golems, and I run one Ultimate Pound. Just for BM with Ultimate Pound more than anything. With its effect of as long as I up to 2 turns, if I discard an Ancient Gear, I think it's a monster. As long as I tribute one machine monster up to twice per turn, I can. Yeah, as long as I discard one machine monster, it can attack more times. Only up to twice, though. Only up to twice, 2 times. So I like that effect. Just trying to get monsters out. Anyways, that's all for monsters. Up next are the spells. First up, I run 3 Gear Towns. And of course, with a field spell, I have 2 Terraforming, only because I want to get Gear Town on the field as soon as possible, so I can try to destroy it, get its effects off. Because when it's destroyed, I can special summon one Ancient Gear monster from my... I can special summon one Ancient Gear monster from my deck or hand. Aside from the Golem, since since it doesn't ignore anything. Then I have 3 Ancient Gear Catapults with them. As long as I control no monsters, I can destroy one. While you control no monsters, target one face-up card you control, destroy it, and if you do, special summon one Ancient Gear monster from your deck, ignoring its summoning condition. So with this, I can special summon a monster from my deck, ignoring the summoning conditions. That's the key right there. So I can bring out either of these guys if I want. So, up next, I have 2 Ancient Gear Fusions. This way, with the Ancient Gear Golems, if I use Ancient Gear Golem or Ultimate Pound for a fusion with it, I can use monsters from the deck as well as the regular field or hand. Then I have 1 regular Polymerization, just for Ultimate Pound's ability, because when Ultimate Pound is destroyed by battle or card effect, I can add 1 Polymerization from my deck to my hand. So that way, it is just for his effect. That's mostly it. Then I have 2 Power Bonds. That's, obvious for most machine fusion decks. When you use it, it doubles the attack of the machine fusion monster, but you have to take damage at the end of the turn equal to its original attack. But for Ultimate Chaos Giant, I'll bring it out later when I do the regular extra deck, but it works to double it from 4,500 attack to 9,000. A monster with 9,000 attack that can attack every monster once. That's unaffected by spells and traps, and you can't activate monster refill. So it's insane. Then I have 2 Ancient Gear Fortresses. I have 2 Galaxy Cyclones to try and back row removal, and maybe 1 or 2 of my own, like a Gear Town. Then I have 1 limiter removal, just for trying to get over some monsters, Okay, that's it for spells. Then I only have 4 traps. I have 1 Solemn Warning, for obvious reasons. Then I have 1 Call of the Haunted. Then I have 1 Recall, and 1 Fiendish Chain. This deck is more so for attacking. It's more offensive, for obvious reasons. So with that being the main deck, we are now off to the extra deck. And similar to my Crystron deck, it doesn't have a lot of Link monsters, but with this one, you don't really need a lot of Link monsters with how offensive it is. So with it, we're starting with Ancient Gear Howitzer. Then I have 2 Ancient Gear Megaton Golems, which I need 3 Ancient Gear monsters for, but 1 is destroyed by card effect. I just want to specify, I think it's only card effect. Yeah, when it leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, not by battle, by card effect, I can special summon 1 of Ultimate Ancient Gear Golems. So it's very useful for if I need to go long game. If I happen to get Megaton Golem and it's destroyed by an opponent's card effect, I can bring this guy out. Then if this one's destroyed, I can bring on an Ancient Gear Golem. So it's pretty useful. Then Chaos Ancient Gear Giant, my favorite guy. As you can see down here, 4,500 attack. Unaffected by spells and traps once it hits the field. And I've tried it online. Power Bond does, in fact, double its attack. So it goes from 4,500 to 9,000 right away. So that 9,000 and the ability to attack every monster on the field, or every opponent's monster on the field, is just devastating. Then for some Exceeds monsters, I have 1 Gear Gigant X and 1 Heavy Armored Train Iron Wolf. More for BM than anything, just more just to be there. Then for Link monsters, this one I do have some decent Link monsters. I have 1 Cleafort Genius. Yeah, 1 Cleafort Genius, then 1 Mrs. Radius. 2 good Link monsters for this deck. But like I said, Ancient Gears don't really need Link monsters, since normally if you get Chaos Ancient Gear Golem out, it can attack everything your opponent controls, so it's pretty much done there. And then obviously, some tokens that I got with the structure decks. And that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in this. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. So comment down below and let me know if there's any decks you would like to see. Just in general, decks you might like to see on the channel for a deck profile. I'll look into them. And I hope to see you again.